Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, we will be solving the problem is valid subsequence. I'm not gonna waste any time by introducing who I am. Everything will show up on the screen. But if you're new here, do check out the playlist, do check out my channel. It's your programming and tech channel. So yeah, let's just not waste any time and let's just go ahead and solve the problem. So yeah guys, this is the problem that we are solving. The problem is very simple. I'm not going to show this question on LeetCode because it's like very confusing, but I'll explain you what is the actual issue. So the issue is like there are two non-empty arrays. So we need to write a function that determines whether the second array is a subsequence of the first one. This sequence array is a subsequence of the first one. So a subsequent array is what is a subsequence array? So subsequence array is a set of number that, so essentially it doesn't need to be, it doesn't necessarily be adjacent. It can be, but it doesn't have to be like one by adjacent. I mean, like, one by it should not be like in the same or it should be in the same order, but it should not be one by one. So yeah, they should be in the same as they appear in the array. Okay, so for instance, let's say, I'm gonna show you an example. Let's say we essentially have maybe like 1 3 4. Okay, suppose if this is the array and there's one more array called 1 2 3 4. Okay, when you look at this array is a subsequent array to this array, because if you see, the 1 first comes and then this 2, after that there is 3, and after that there's 4. So like, it's in the same order from left to right. It's in the same sequence, but all the elements show up of this array in this array. So that is what subsequent array. So we need to essentially write some kind of logic which will help us identify if this array is subsequent to the first one. Okay, so what I'm going to do is that I am going to actually so I'm gonna use this array, and then we will increase the size for this one so that we are able to add some arrays. And so I'm gonna do this to the same thing over here. So this will the thing that we'll be using, and then so I am gonna use this. So the way that we have to solve this problem, when you look at it intuitively, like as a human being, don't think that you're trying to solve a coding problem. Think that you are trying to solve a problem as a human being yourself. Okay, so when you look at it, you can easily say that you are trying to solve this by just looking at the first thing. Like, you just look at this array, you check if this element, this particular first element is in this array. So when you look at it, okay, I find it over here. That means then I check, if it's in the same sequence. Okay, then after that I try to move on and think about 6. I'll think about 6. Okay, I found 6. I'll check if it's the same sequence. Yeah, it is in the same sequence, and I'll do the same thing. So we also have to solve this problem the same way. So what we'll do is that we will add a pointer. Okay, pointer over here, and then we'll loop this array, okay, from left to right. Okay, since that's how we find a sequence. So what we'll do is that we will essentially check if 5 is equal to 1. Okay, if 5 is not equal to 1, we'll move to the next one. So if 5 is not equal to 1, we'll move to the next one, and then after moving to the next one, we'll move to the next one. We'll check if 1 is equal to 1. Then if that is the case, that means we have we have actually find a match. Once we find a match, what we'll do is that we will essentially create one variable called idxCount, and we'll make it is equal to 1. Okay, it will be 0 initially, but we'll make it to 1, and then we will just move on. We'll just move on and do the same thing again. We will, once we find a match, we'll increment this particular pointer, and then we'll just go ahead and then move the pointer. We'll check if 22 is equal to 6. No. 25 is equal to 6. No. 6 is equal to 6. Yeah, that's true. And then what we'll do is that we will just make this counter we'll just make this counter as yeah, we'll essentially make this counter as a 2. Okay, cool. And then we will just go ahead and do the same thing again. So since I said once we increment, we will also once we increment, we will also move this forward, and then we will also move this particular thing. So that means we have actually find a solution. Yeah, so I am gonna put this over here, ignore this tilde. Okay, so my array is over here of -1, and then yeah, -1 is equal to -1, so I'm going to increase the IDX count by 3, and then what we will do is that we will just go ahead and move this, like it will automatically happen in a for loop, but then assume that I'm doing this manually. We'll check if 8 is equal to 8, and also always remember after after incrementing, always after matching, after getting a count, increment this value, so that we try to find the other subsequence. And then we will just move ahead and move forward with the other one. And once we find this information, what we'll do is that we'll check if this is equal to this, and then we'll make the IDX count is equal to 4. Okay, so now what? Like now we got the IDX count as, suppose now we got the IDX count as something like 4. Okay, so now what? So now your solution is, you're like one step away from solution. So what you need to do is that you need to return, this is the main logic. So you need to return if return true. Yeah, return true if IDX count is equal to length of sequence array. Okay, if this is the case, this is the whole, otherwise else return false. Okay, so this is the whole problem that you are trying to solve. And yeah, let's just go ahead and actually code this problem and then run, and let's look at how our solution is. So the problem is very simple. So if you see over here, there are two strings, there's like a string and the string. So we will just write IDX count is equal to 0, and then yeah, like I said, and then we'll just loop this particular value, this t, and then we will just do if IDX count is equal to length of s, then we will break this. So it's a base condition that we are adding, and then we'll also write a if condition, like if s of IDX count is equal to value. So this is the condition that I said, like we were incrementing one value, right? As soon as we match the value, we need to increment this IDX count to 1. So we are writing the same logic over here. So if you see IDX count plus or equal to 1, and then just write the return, that's it. And then let's run and look at the code. It's accepted. Let's submit the code and let's look at how the solution is. So yeah, apparently it is, its runtime is like, it beats 95.5% of users on the runtime, and on the memory it can be better, but I think I just submitted my the same question again, and it's the same answer again and again, which is why I am getting a different memory. But anyways, so thank you so much for watching the video. If you like the video, do like and subscribe, and follow as well. Check out my community on nas.io/superprogrammers-community. So let me know how the video was, and if you need any other topic, if you want to jump onto a hard question, I can make a next video on that as well. So thank you so much for watching the video, and see you all guys in the next video. Till then, goodbye, take care.